and just the kind of violence that would hit anybody, anywhere, at any time. It wasn't this kind of back alley or somebody getting knocked in the head at night violence. I mean, broad daylight, innocent bystander walking down the street. There's a shootout and some poor child that didn't have anything to do with anything is dead. And so Baltimore's leadership, they've gone through several mayors and several police chiefs who thought they came in with all this enthusiasm, we're going to change the city, and nothing has changed, really. And how Baltimore made it to number 10 in 2004 is an interesting story, but I won't get into it right now. I'll move on to Memphis, which Memphis was on the list in 2001 and 2004 amongst the best cities. Memphis, for some reason, people who live in Memphis love living in Memphis. But one thing that we did this year differently was we actually created a formula where we weighted the Black Enterprise readers' opinions about the quality of life of their cities with real data. And so when we did that, Memphis dropped out, primarily because of the crime. Memphis has one of the highest crime rates of any city in the United States.
As bad as Baltimore, you believe?
Probably about on par with Baltimore. But it was definitely far worse than any of the cities that we had on the list in 04 and 07. Actually, in 2001, we did things a little bit differently. It was more qualitative, and that's why we had some of the cities that probably, like Philadelphia and Chicago and Detroit, that probably never should have been on there. But when we did it more scientifically in 2004 and 2007, we got a much better pick of cities. But Memphis, again, one of the things that is interesting about Memphis, even though it has all the problems with crime and there are a lot of jobs leaving Memphis, and the school system is, again, notoriously bad, there's a high percentage of Black home ownership in Memphis. In fact, one of the highest amongst all of our cities. Just anecdotally, I know people who Black people who tried to start businesses here in Nashville, and because of the good old boy and lack participation we have here, they weren't successful. Moved the business to Memphis, and it took off because you have so many African Americans within the government and in places of power that they can get people those government contracts, that they can get people access to opportunity, and that just doesn't happen in Nashville, which is not a chocolate city. So while on one hand, in chocolate cities such as Memphis, you have the problems, but if you're in business, if you're entrepreneurial, there are a whole lot more opportunities for a person to become successful, and I think that's what put Memphis on the list. Now, Atlanta was number 1 in 2004, and it was in 2nd place this year. In fact, Atlanta has been the most consistent high performer. It was number 2 in 2001, number 2 in 2004, and it's number 1 in 2004, number 2 this year.
Okay, Dr. Padgett, let's stop here with Atlanta for this second commercial break. After we come back, we'll pick up at that and let you continue this discussion. We'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. The guest is Dr. David